oh, I knocked up a girl who lives in a state where abortion's illegal and you went to the Milky Church, they'd be like, well, there's no one who deserves to get someone pregnant more than you.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world.
The chicken in the car won't go. That's how you say Chicago. I've got something cool to show you, which I don't know if you saw it. This bloody vape.
What's the flavour?
Slush puppy, blue Slurpee.
Oh my God. We found the perfect match for Sam. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Pretty cool, huh?
Welcome back. We actually missed the podcast last week.
No, we didn't. Well, it's Monday. We'll just have to do two.
Yeah, okay. And we might do one with my dad.
Oh, brilliant.
As well, because he's in Tennessee at the moment.
Oh, really? Wow, that would be good.
Yeah. I basically wanted him to like dial in from a bar in Tennessee and then get some locals involved as well. Anyway, so we're continuing to follow you around your US work travels, and you're currently in Illinois.
Yeah, and tomorrow I will be in Phoenix, and then...
Oh, wow. Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona, baby.
Why are you so pale if you're from Phoenix?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I never really got into Twilight. I'll have to get on that. And then I'm going to New Orleans on Thursday. Have you seen the murder rate of New Orleans?
No, but we'll get on to that with Chicago.
Oh, Chirac.
So, Illinois, a really exciting episode, I can imagine. Springfield, which I thought was what...
Okay, bye!
AKA Mummy.
Yeah. Wow.
And Springfield's the capital.
Yeah.
Of Illinois.
I don't know how they identified these capitals, because I went to Springfield and there was not that much there.
Well, actually, that one's because Abraham Lincoln's from there.
Oh, that's a good reason, to be fair. Land of Lincoln. I did go there.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, I've been to Springfield.
Yeah.
Land of Lincoln for my heritage.
Were you selling e-bikes?
I was,
there?
yeah. It was actually one of the worst hotels that I've ever stayed in. So you'd think that Crown Plaza, I never stayed in a Crown Plaza before, but I thought it sounded fancy. It was disgusting. Mm-hmm. Several times on these trips, I've ended up sleeping on the towels in my clothes, or anti-backing a leather sofa.
We realise now that is way more you.
No, it's not. Let me pitch to you hotel TV remotes, right? Think that, right, let's say a hotel room is 10 years old, 10 years since they changed the TV, and even if it's 5, how often do you think someone goes to a hotel for a dirty night away, or basically for deviant behaviour, if you wanted to put it in that bucket? I reckon it's 1 in 5 stays. And even if you say it's 1 in every 10 stays, right, that's still 30 nights a year.
I wasn't going to say that.
30 nights a year that someone is probably taking their finger out someone's arse and then going straight for the TV remote when they're done.
Nobody else, and maybe this is one for the viewers, no one else thinks like that.
No, they do, because I was literally told to think about this by someone else. They were like, do you ever find hotels jank, mate? And I was like, not really. And they were like, well, think about this. And I was like...
That's because they clearly know about your OCD and they're winding you up.
Well, it's worked, because I now hate all hotels.
Absolutely triggered. And now you have to stay at your colleague's house.
Legit. Oh, these dogs do my head in. Can you hear that?
Bit yapping. Sounds like a small dog.
Well, the big one barks and then the small one just copies it. It's fucking annoying. But the only hotel that I felt comfortable in the past year has been the Four Seasons. Yeah, for only $500 a night, you can have a nice experience.
Absolute bargain, especially on this exchange rate.
Well, it is. Yeah, it costs you money not to stay there.
So Illinois is the 5th most populous state in the country. I didn't realize that. That's following Florida, no surprises there, New York, California, and Texas.
Nice.
Big one for you. The first McDonald's was built
Yes,
here.
I've actually been meaning to visit that because it's not too far.
Of course you have. Surprised you've not already been.
I'm ashamed I haven't already been. Not an old one anymore, like you wouldn't know.
Oh.
I'd like to see it still. Sounds pretty amazing.
And this one's quite timely for the time of year it is. So Illinois is the largest producer of pumpkins.
Yeah, I can believe it. There's the £1,000 pumpkin down the road.
Oh, wow. Tell me more.
They say it's America's largest pumpkin, but there's some skepticism around that because obviously there's a very short period in which to measure it in. And I can't believe that the good people of Iowa, like Iowa's gonna be producing bigger pumpkins than in Barrington, which is a suburb of Chicago. So although a £1,000 pumpkin is impressive, from earlier this month, actually, when I was staying out near O'Hare Airport, there was some quite good decorations.
I wish England did that more. Like, we only do the tacky window decoration for Christmas, and we should really extend it.
Whereas I saw one the other day in a very, very impoverished area, and yet they had, and I didn't manage to take a picture because I was driving. It was kind of quick, but they had like thousands of dollars worth of decorations out that was worth a fraction of the value of the decoration.
They've got their priorities.
Well, exactly.
They've budgeted into their daily living costs, and I respect it.
Oh, I've got nothing but respect for it. Like, I'm so sick of the Brits being like, cost of living crisis, blah blah blah. Have you not heard of a fucking credit card? Like,
have you not been to Aldi? That solves the cost of living crisis.
Yeah, it's just so boring. Have you seen all those memes as well coming out? Because they think we're going to go to World War III.
Yeah, I can't wait.
The memes of like,
I'd look good in camo.
Yeah. Well, exactly. There's two good like sets of memes that are coming out. One which is like girl, because they're saying that they'll conscript girls, or like the memes are saying that girls will be conscripted, and a lot of these girls are like, I'm unmedicated 100%. And I've got problems. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm fired up for this. But
this is what I've stayed single for.
Well, well, you're actually too old for it now. You wouldn't be legit. You wouldn't be conscripted. I think it stops at 26.
But that actually makes no sense, because the best fertile age, I think, is about 16 to 24. So surely they should forget those people, because they should be repopulated. Yeah. And I'm the one now that's ready to go. Yeah, I'm all dried up. I'm nothing but good for the war. I've got no one at home. I've got no mortgage.
No longer fertile, therefore get into the war zone. But the other meat.
Also, happy birthday to me. Quick plug. Just turned 28.
Is it today?
No, it was on Tuesday.
Did I send you a message? Happy birthday.
Yeah, you did.
Good. Cheers. Well done, me. I am pleased about that. The meme.
You actually sent me quite a few. You kept just saying happy birthday. I think you were just trying to cover all bases.
I didn't want to miss it. I've been trying to add friends' birthdays to my calendar.
Yeah, I just love the Moonpig email, which says, don't forget it's blah, blah, blah's birthday, and then you just click unsubscribe, so they don't tell you.
No, I love those reminders. That's actually the best value of Moonpig. It's like, oh yeah, resend, same card, same message.
Best mum.
Printed in Times New Roman. To mum, love Sam. No, I wouldn't do that to mum. I wouldn't do that to mum. That's what Bloom and Wild's for. Like, that is one of the best things. I don't know how you...
Letterbox flowers, am I right?
Well, exactly.
Illinois produces more nuclear energy than any other state in the country. You probably already knew that one. No? That's good. I mean, say what you want about nuclear energy, which I'm sure you will. Obviously huge risks, but it's ultimately very clean. It's a very clean source of energy. And yes, Illinois was the first state to ratify the 13th Amendment, which was obviously to abolish slavery.
Is it? I actually didn't know that. I need to learn the Constitution more.
That would make sense, because obviously Abraham Lincoln was the man behind that.
That would make sense, actually.
So yeah, he was the first to enact it. Good chap. And that's pretty much all there is for Illinois. And that's backed up by the fact that 80% of it is farmland.
Yeah.
So the other 20% is Chicago.
Legit. So this is the thing that everyone gets wrong, including me before I came here. You picture Illinois and you basically picture Chicago, aka Chirac.
The first thing I Googled was, what else is in Illinois, and then Google then filled in for me apart from Chicago.
Yeah, legit. It's basically just like farmland.
Have you been to Chicago yet as part of this trip?
Yep. Multiple times.
People think it's called the Windy City.
It is fucking windy.
Because it's windy, which it is. But actually it's to do with politicians who were described as long-winded during an 1893 debate.
Interesting. I did not know that.
One thing I will... It's actually so boring.
One thing I will
That's actually disappointed me.
So it is ridiculously corrupt. So 4 of the
Yeah,
past 10 Illinois governors have gone to prison for some kind of corruption charge, I believe.
I love
Like, they've
that.
stopped putting their names on road signs and stuff because they're like, "He's gonna go to prison." Like, it is a city of hustlers. Like, as soon as you hear that Chicago accent, you're like, "I'm fucked." Like, what's about
Yeah.
to go down here? But I kinda love it.
Is it kind of don't wanna generalize here, but is it that kind of, like, deep Italian
Yeah, yeah,
accent, or is
yeah.
that New
It's
York?
not like the New York, but it's like
Yeah.
they tried teaching me how to say Chicago, and the way they try and teach you how to say it is the chicken in the car won't go. That's how you say Chicago. But like if you merged it all together,
Chicken to
the
go.
chicken in the car,
Chicken to
the
cargo.
chicken in the car won't go. That's how you say Chicago. It's like they have like they describe it as frog wide mouth.
You're literally not making any
No, I
sense.
know, but this is why I couldn't do it. They're like they just imagine having a real wide mouth. I literally can't do it. But it's quite varied as well because if you picture Wisconsin is up north and then it goes right down to Kentucky, like it's so long. That's
Yeah.
what she said.
Well, actually, that really is a great feed on to my next point, which is Illinois is a state full of really long things.
Oh, really? That is a
Brilliant.
that you can't
Brilliant.
actually have a section on
So,
that. That's fucking brilliant. That is a coincidence.
yeah, you can't make this up, right? So, obviously, you've got Chicago's Sears Tower, tallest building in America, super
What?
long.
The tallest building
Um,
in America is in Chicago.
Tallest building in America, yeah. I'm so shocked you didn't know that.
Still.
As a man that's been multiple times,
What?
it was designed by a female architect. It's the tallest I think it's the tallest building in the world to be designed by a female
Oh, I
architect.
hang on,
Huge
what did you
plug.
call it? I think the new World Trade Center one might be taller than it. It's now owned or it's now sponsored by Willis Insurance, so
Yeah, yeah, okay, so it's the
Willis
Willis.
Tower is the second tallest after One World Trade Center.
Okay, fine. So it's the tallest building in the
The
Midwest
Midwest.
of
The
America.
Midwest, baby.
So the tallest man ever documented was born in Illinois in a little place called Alton.
Speaking
8 feet 11 inches
speaking
tall.
of which, some people came
Where are you going
some
with
people
this?
came round for dinner yesterday. Their son is 6'8", so I believe it. What's your optimal height bloke?
I thought it was 5'10" until I met him.
Now it's 7.
Now it's 7 foot minimum.
Well, it does narrow it down.
Also, I didn't actually think about this, but this is another good flex. So, thinking of tall people, all of the basketball people are obviously from Chicago, the
Yeah,
Bulls.
pretty cool.
Absolute iconic sport here with the Chicago Bulls. I mean, obviously, I know everything I know about basketball from The Last Dance on
Well, and me, I
Netflix.
don't know anything more than
But
that, and it was enough to get the tattoo.
have you watched it?
Multiple times, so I got the tattoo.
Then can you show everyone?
Yeah, it's the Scottie Pippins number 33.
Oh, okay. I actually prefer Dennis
Well,
Rodman.
I thought that, and I did want Dennis Rodman's because he's got a cooler number. I can't remember what it was, but I wanted it to look cool in Roman numerals. I couldn't
always
have
looks cool
Dennis
in Roman numerals,
Rodman's
though.
because I'm like, this guy's going to commit some kind of offence at some point. But yeah,
And
Scottie Pippins, 33, that'll look cool. So
oh my god, your tattoo's so much better than mine. Look.
you've got.
Wait, you can't even see it. Can you see?
Oh my god, what is that?
Paid £5. There you go.
Oh fuck.
In the Philippines for Lucky Dip, and you just had to go in blind, and then they whatever you picked out, they tattooed, and it was £5. And then they did the first layer, and I felt so sick that I had to stop because I'm scared of needles. But then I got this one on my foot.
Is this your dodgy van? Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
the bus. Yeah, the bus is a disaster.
Woo!
That does.
It's been called a trailer, a caravan, a bus, a double-decker bus,
It's just not what it was intended to be.
a shed. Had a shed.
Shit. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It wasn't caravan. It was like it's meant to be a VW, but again, yeah. He quoted us £80. We managed to get him down to about, I think it was £12.50
Always
or
good to
something.
negotiate with people who are going to give you permanent markings down on price. Like that's what you should compete on.
It's because I sucked my thumb for so long. I literally just I can't get ill from dirt. It's not a thing.
you might still get HIV.
It's nice to have company at this point, to be honest. Okay, so moving on. So carrying on with the long and tall theme, the longest tongue of any dog was recorded in Illinois. It was a boxer dog with a tongue coming in at 5.46 inches.
Fucking hell, I would not have expected a boxer, but there you go.
What would you expected?
Just something a bit taller. One of those like Afghan hounds, maybe.
Doberman.
Yeah. Just not a boxer. Like, where's it putting it?
No. Yeah, obviously you've got Chicago Town Pizza.
Banging.
So they also have the tallest crust size of any pizza in the world as well. And by this, I obviously mean the deep dish Chicago pizza. Not banging. The world's worst. Obviously, I'm not doubting the Chicago pizza itself, but the Chicago Town frozen pizza that we get in this country,
well,
is vile. And don't tell me anything else.
I don't actually want to hear hating on those until we eradicate Dr. Urtka.
No, I disagree.
I'll get out of here then.
No, listen, I don't think they're nice.
They're like
but the Chicago
they're like
Town,
a little cracker when someone says.
Can we have thumbs up for restaurant pizza and thumbs down for Chicago Town?
Yeah, just let's see how much hatred. I was just mocking some apartments on a little YouTube short, and granted, we only have 59 subscribers, so I was pleased to get any kind of traction.
Huge numbers.
Huge population. Most of them. You know what we've realized? Like, whenever I'm considering putting up a little video and I'm like, this is total shit, that's the one people really engage with.
Never.
If I put up anything remotely good, people are like, nah, not interested. So, you know, nothing in this world makes sense anymore. Like, if you think
no,
and the more hate you can stir up, the better. Like,
just start trolling us, please.
What do you hate about my face?
Troll me. No, Sam, you have a beautiful face.
No, let's not do.
And I'm worried actually that if we start stirring that up, people will comment on my face as well. And I really don't.
I'm ready for it. I actually think I'll get off on it.
Are you 28?
I am 28. Yeah.
Nice one. Welcome to 28 Club. What? I forget you're older. So shall I get?
Fuck off! It's by like 11 months. We're not 10. Yeah.
No, but you were in the year above me at school.
Why are we still working in those? We're a decade on from that now.
You know, this wouldn't have happened at school. We wouldn't have been talking to each other.
Oh, no, true. We wouldn't. August to September, big difference. Like, most of the NFL players come out of like the early part of the academic year. Because I mean, the difference.
So interesting.
The difference between a 4 and a 5-year-old is huge.
I'll have to analyze the 1997 to 98 Chicago Bulls team and see when they were all born.
No, legit. I think the statistics are quite damning on this.
I should have done my dissertation on that. God knows why I did it on the Westminster attack. So let's talk about Chicago, and obviously because we've done the rest of Illinois. And
that's exactly the kind of attitude the people in the south of Illinois absolutely hate, by the way. And she actually threw me off a bit the other day. This lady was like, so where have you come from? And I was like, oh, the suburbs of Chicago. And she goes, oh, well, this is the other Illinois. And it took me a while to register. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? And
that's like England. That is literally England.
Yeah, London.
There is London and then there's England.
Legit, retweet.
That's just the way it is. So where are you staying now?
Barrington, Illinois, a suburb about an hour from Wisconsin, maybe a little bit less.
Oh, that must be so nice. Banging. With all the autumn colours.
Banging, beautiful.
What's it like to run around there?
Brilliant. Well, I mean, there's no sidewalks, so a bit dangerous if you go out.
Oh, why?
Well, because everyone drives everywhere, so there's no.
But there's not even the, you know, when you go out on your yard and then you've got your bins, you take the trash out. Is there not a sidewalk there or like a pavement?
No, not in most of America. There's no sidewalks, no.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take word for it. I've only been to 4 states and they've all been with you.
And there wasn't that many sidewalks, really, if you think about it, outside the cities.
No, hardly any.
Level. I went to an outlet mall and we drove from, bearing in mind this is just a bunch of shops in a car park, basically, or parking lot. We would drive from shop front to shop front. Like, we revisited the car about 15 times. We're like, no way am I walking to that other shop. Forget it. I'm going to park.
So funny.
Yeah, it's better.
And all your steps are literally just done going to and from
Well, I'm sick of Apple Health telling me that my average step count's down. It's like, why was it so high in the first place? That's what I want to know.
Bin it. Communism.
Well,
we had to put it in the episode somewhere.
Yeah, true.
They're tracking
I've
your
got no
health.
time for communism.
So, right, Chicago. When you were there, did you go for a run around the suburbs?
So I'm in the Chicago suburbs now. I go running here most days. When I was in...
I thought you were like the other end of Illinois now.
No.
You said you're near Wisconsin.
Yeah, I am. That's north.
Okay, fine.
So I'm in the suburbs.
Near the lake? Near Lake Michigan?
Not too far from Lake Michigan. I was actually up near there the other day, drove around it through...
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. Looks like the sea.
Beautiful. That is exactly the reason I want to go to Chicago. It just looks stunning.
So Chicago, actually, I'll send you a little bit of this, does in the summer, unreal. It has a beach where you can go swimming off the beach in Chicago, which is nice for like the first half hour, and then all the homeless guys come out and start sleeping all on the beach. It's less nice. But until that happens, it is unreal.
Apparently it's so expensive.
It's about middle in terms of pricing everything, I'd say. I've got a lot of time for Chicago pricing.
Okay, ignore that
actually,
then. But
I take this back though. I did get one plate of asparagus that was $25 plus tax plus tip. I was on this date.
I'm sorry, but that is absolutely on you.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't on me actually. It wasn't on me at all because I did not select the restaurant. I was nervous that I had got this girl pregnant, and frankly, I needed to go and
what?
Yeah, I needed to confirm that she wasn't pregnant.
What's the Hinge game like?
Well, I'm actually fully cold turkey now. I don't know if I've told you this.
Since what? This dinner you went on?
Basically, I don't do Hinge in Chicago anymore.
For a week?
I don't do Hinge in the States.
Oh, so what do you do?
Nothing. I sit at home and masturbate. Hinge and the swipes in America with this accent is a totally different game. But more specifically, Chicago is in Illinois. Illinois is surrounded by Wisconsin, Idaho, Kentucky, Iowa. All of these places are very rural and all of them have outlawed abortions. And that just means that if you have mad OCD, if you slip up, like you can be as careful as you like, right? If you have sex, there's still some probability that you will knock someone up. Most people in Chicago are not from Chicago. They are from one of those states. Well, not most, but like I like cowboy hats and shit. So it is a risk that like these girls come in from the country and then they come to Chicago and then they think it's cool that there's an English guy on the swipes with a funny little accent. Ha ha ha. Then if you sleep with them, literally I spent the next 3 weeks just terrified that I'm going to father a child that will then be born in rural America. Like I cannot have that. So I'm not on the swipes here anymore. I would rather literally just sit at home. And that is what I will do. Like, no more swipes in America. I'm not doing it.
Thank you so much for explaining that.
Well, it's terrifying. So
all I needed was, I don't want to get a girl pregnant.
Well, I don't. Not right now. And I'm a bit nervous because when I went to the West Bank, this was before all this craziness. I made
Really?
I made the yeah. I made the mistake of going to the Milky Church. The Milky Church is where Mary breastfed Jesus. And people go to pray for fertility. And since then, you know, I'm slightly nervous.
To be honest, if you're managing to find time to sell ebooks, do this, do all your shorts, go for runs, order steak every night, and get a girl pregnant,
I don't last long.
I'd be incredibly impressed.
Well, one of those events takes about 2 minutes, so it's not a problem.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about Chicago and crime. The general feeling is that Chicago has a high crime rate. That I've always thought Chicago is a dangerous place. Having been there yourself, what do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because the crime rate is high. However, the good thing about Chicago, it's very divided, which some people would say was a bad thing. But from a tourist perspective, center, like, I don't know how to describe it, but around like the bits that you see of the tourist, you know, where they dye the river green, St. Patrick's Day, it's fucking safe. Like, it's real nice. It's real safe. However, if you go too far south, it's fucking scary. But the reason why it's so scary is, again, because of the states that it borders, all of the guns come straight in from Indiana, straight into south of Chicago. So, yeah, like, is there a lot of guns?
Plan that one well.
Sure. Is it as scary as New Orleans? Not even close.
Yeah, I've heard that actually.
Homicide.
So it's one of America's most dangerous cities, but then it's the 5th most populated state. There's a place called Washington Park, which is apparently one of the worst areas for crime in Chicago. Not sure if you've heard of it. The chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime in Washington Park is 1 in 49, which is quite high.
If you go to this park, there's a 2% chance you'll become a victim of crime.
That was such good maths. Yeah. So your homework, if you're up for the challenge, I'd like you to head into this area.
Oh.
Maybe go for one of your runs.
Oh.
Maybe take some self-defense kind of mechanism with you.
I've
for
been
sure.
going to Krav Maga, mate. I'm ready.
Head into Washington Park and just see if it deserves
It's not
the
even
rep.
a park.
Because,
it's a fucking neighborhood by the looks of things. Oh my! My god! I can't go here. This is the thing with some parts of the states, right? Like I did end up. Have I sent you that screenshot of the church in Louisiana?
No.
Okay.
No.
So there was this church in Louisiana where basically I ended up going for a stroll and ended up in what I can only describe as the hood. And I'm not being funny. It was fucking terrifying. And I was outside this church and I was like, what's this list of names? And I'll send you this picture. Look at this list of names, right? This is all the people who have either been shot, burned, run over in like... Burned, yeah. That was in 10 months.
Alive?
In this small neighborhood. I don't know. But it was an extensive list. And I was like, well, I need to get an Uber.
Like, what would account for such violence?
Shootings.
Yeah. Okay, but why are people shooting each other? Are they bored?
Totally
definitely not putting that in. I don't think either of us would benefit in later life from that.
When I have enough money, we're going to go fucking rogue on this.
By the way, for the record, I'm already cancelling myself so that I can't be cancelled later.
Oh, God. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's boycott us.
Yeah, I'm cancelled.
Yeah, I'm going to actually run a campaign to cancel myself. I think Israel deserves peace. People would be like, are you joking?
That's going to be the first thing I put in this podcast.
Oh, don't.
I'm just going to cut that bit out.
It's so bad.
People watch it. People will comment then.
Yeah.
People will comment.
Sorry, everyone. I wasn't joking about that. I didn't know anything about anything. Do you know what I do think that they should do at these protests, though? And I'm actually not joking, and you can include this in the video. Anyone who goes to any of these protests, before they're allowed in, should be made to point to where Palestine is on a map.
Fair enough.
If everyone can point to it, sorry, everyone. We were just checking.
What you're trying to say is Chicago gets a bad rep in terms of violence, and despite there being all of the like mob films made about Chicago, it's actually not as bad as
no, that's untrue. Just to reframe that is not what I'm saying at all. 4 of the past 10 governors have gone to prison for corruption. The South is extremely dangerous to the extent that I do not believe you should stop at red lights and you should keep driving quickly and like you should keep your wits about you. I'm just saying that there's a small number of tourist streets in the center that are kind of safe.
Okay, good.
I don't want everyone going like, oh, this is brilliant. I'm going to go. No.
No. And actually, just for the record, it still has the highest number of homicides in the US last year.
Shit.
Yeah. Night.
Well, yeah, I've got a Ring doorbell here, thank God.
Despite its high crime rate and the fact that a lot of people don't stop at red lights, very famous city still, huge amount of tourist population, absolutely beautiful, really good fun apparently, like great night out there. Ferris Bueller's Day Off was filmed there. Obviously, Blues Brothers, The Dark Knight, I believe, one of the Batman films.
It's very cool.
So yeah, it still has a lot going for it.
Very cool looking. Yeah. Cool. One of the coolest memories in my life, probably, was standing at the top of this Chicago hotel during a thunderstorm, looking out over the city. Like I did feel a bit like,
and you felt like Batman.
Yeah, it was sick. Little did I know I was at a Marriott for a conference. Like, I had to remind myself that my fucking jeans might as well be from Debenhams. Is that closed yet?
Oh, it's well closed now. It didn't. It got bought by Boohoo, Sam. How do you remember this?
Oh my God! Do you know what? People talk about their icks. I think Boohoo.
You're Boohoo.
I'm not Boohoo. Shut up, mate. I just won't accept that I'm Boohoo, man. Like, there's one thing I'm not at. Like, I don't want to be on the swipes here. I just don't. The only problem with that is it's just like, what? I just live a cold and lonely life until I get my apartment back home. So,
Well, what about that woman you're living with? What's she like?
well, she's my colleague
Wow.
and she's slightly older than my mum. I'm married and I'm.
That's not stopped you before, Sam.
Well, no, just to be clear, everyone, it has. Like,
Sam loves an older woman.
I do tend to like a bit older, but have I not told you this? I'm not doing it anymore.
I can't follow what you do and don't do anymore. You make a bold claim every single podcast episode.
Oh, well, they're all true. And the girls in their early 30s. So I went through an early 30s phase. Like,
yeah, I remember
well,
that
it's
phase.
not a thing anymore because they all want children very quickly, and I'm
because they're now 40.
Well, I wasn't 18, but it's not a thing. It's not happening. However,
well, do you know about my phase?
Oh, of the like 19-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, it's not really a phase anymore. I think it's just my type.
Yeah, it's interesting because your hinge ages obviously don't increase with you. So she just
that is such a good point, and this is not spoken about enough.
They should have T-
in the public sphere. Your hinge preferences of age should increase as you get older. That's absolutely nuts. So 25 is my max age. Okay, I'll explain the theory behind this. So people like me, when I was 19, I fancied 19-year-olds, right? That just never really increased then as I increased.
Right.
Got
you look about 19 to 19, be fair.
That's the issue. So 19 to 25 is actually probably like my ideal age,
that's
right?
Broad bracket, that's fine.
I think what it is, I don't like it when it looks like you're the last one left on the shelf. And that's what late 20s looks like you and me.
People are like, oh, I got engaged or got married. Enjoy your fucking divorce. It's coming. It is fucking coming. You're gonna have a broken home. There was a guy around the other day whose brother's going through a divorce who's not that much older than us. You know, you can't.
Did you get with him?
No, I did not get with him. But you cannot move more than 25 miles away from your kid and stuff. Like, it's crazy tie down. So actually, we're very fortunate in that respect. But I will tell you that I'm going on a third date to Belgium.
You've just said that you're teetotal with dating.
Well, not here. Well, I am in America. Yeah.
So tell me this quickly so I can go eat.
Well, I mean, I'm going on a third date to Belgium.
Okay, why? With who? Is she Belgian?
No. We're driving my mum's car on the Eurotunnel. And then we're going to stay in a
not your mum. Your mum's car is too much of a regular feature of A, this podcast, and B, your dates.
Well, it has to be. I don't have my own.
You know that.
It's either her or Hertz.
But why can't you just do something in England then, rather than take your mum's car everywhere? You'd pick awkward
So this
dates.
is what I figured. The last time I was in the car for a long period of time with a girl, it was a conclusion enough that it was not worth investing any more time in. So I was thinking about.
So you think this is good then? You basically force them to be in your company for so long that you get second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth date out of it.
Yeah, basically. The only difference with this one is when you arrive at the other end, we then have a weekend in Ghent.
You know, I lived in Brussels for a year, right? Oh, I lived in Belgium for a year. Never met a Belgian person.
What language do they speak? Is it Dutch or French? The email.
French and Flemish. There's different areas. I love it.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah,
I gotta go pack my shit for Phoenix. It's been a pleasure.
All right, hon. See you later.
See ya.